Today we will discuss on chemical shift in NMR spectroscopy. I am Jasmine Jose, Assistant Professor in Chemistry, Jyoti Engineering College, Cherdurti.
Dear students, uh, we saw the principle of NMR spectroscopy yesterday's class. So we discussed only with the proton NMR spectroscopy. That means a compound containing hydrogen atoms. In the case of hydrogen atom, there is a spin of half, and when it is placed in an external magnetic field B0, it has two different energy levels, and normally the protons are in the lower energy level, and they can go into the higher energy level by the absorption of radio frequency of the correct order of the spinning frequency of the proton. That is simply the principle of the NMR spectroscopy. Now, in the case of a molecule having the same environment for the hydrogens, all the protons will absorb the radio frequency at the same frequency. For example, CH4, methane, there are 4 hydrogen atoms, and 4 hydrogen atoms are attached to a carbon atom. So the uh, environment of all the protons are the same. All the protons will be in the lower energy state, and they can go to the higher energy state. All the protons will be precessing at the same frequency. They can go into the higher energy level by the absorption of the radio frequency. Now consider CH3CH2Br, ethyl bromide molecule. Now what is the speciality? There is a CH3 group, then CH2 group, then there is a bromine atom. We don't consider the bromine because we consider only the hydrogen atoms. But bromine has some electronegative effect, or bromine is an electron withdrawing group. Now, because of the presence of the electronegative bromine, the electronic environment of the protons around the CH3 and around the CH2 are different. So, consider the first CH3 molecule. The CH3, in that CH3, the protons are away from the electronegative bromine atom, whereas the CH2 protons are near to the bromine atom. Now, depending upon the chemical environment of the molecule, the protons in the molecule absorb radio frequency radiation at different frequencies. That shift in frequency of the protons in a molecule is called chemical shift. And it is the chemical environment of the molecule. The chemical environment means the secondary field produced by the electrons. All the protons are surrounded by electrons. They have some effect on these protons. Now what happens? The electrons around the protons, they are also spinning. They can create a magnetic field when it is placed in an external magnetic field. And this produced magnetic field of the electron is called secondary magnetic field. The secondary magnetic field can either oppose or reinforce the external magnetic field. The proton will absorb radio frequency at a particular magnetic field B0. There are two conditions. One is called shielding of the protons by the electrons. Shielding means the protons are shielded by electrons. That means the electrons are there around the protons, and in that case the electrons create a secondary magnetic field, and the field produced by the secondary magnetic field, if it opposes the external magnetic field, suppose the external magnetic field is 10 Tesla and the field produced by the electrons is 2 Tesla, it opposes. The absorption would have been taking place at 10 Tesla now takes place at 12 Tesla. So therefore we have to increase the magnetic field by 2 Tesla, or the absorption takes place at a higher magnetic field. So this is called the shielding effect of the electrons around the proton, or we call it as shielding causes an absorption at a higher magnetic field or upfield. And second condition is that the secondary magnetic field produced by the electrons will reinforce the applied field. Means the field produced by the electrons is in the same direction of the applied magnetic field. So therefore we have to give only small field to bring the proton come into resonance with the frequency. That means if the secondary field produced by the electron is in the same direction of the applied magnetic field, the absorption takes place at a lower magnetic field or down field. So that protons are said to be de-shielded, and de-shielding causes a downfield absorption. Now the extent of shielding or de-shielding we can measure, and we use a reference material to measure the extent of shift or the extent of absorption, and that chemical shift is represented as delta. Then the delta value or chemical shift is calculated as frequency of the sample material minus frequency of a reference material divided by operating frequency of the machine in megahertz. The reference material used is tetramethylsilane. The compound formula is methyl group 4 times is attached to silicon. Now what is the field produced by the electrons around the protons? The silicon is a electron donating group. It donates electron to carbon. Carbon donates electron to hydrogen. So hydrogen is shielded by electrons. Okay. It is the most case. It is the case in which the protons are highly shielded. That means no electron withdrawing effect we cannot see. So in that case, the compound, the tetramethylsilane, absorb at maximum field, and at maximum field means higher field, or it is highly shielded case, and highly shielded case delta is equal to 0. Now simply we take a CH3 group is an electron donating group, and to that protons in CH3 we put a value of delta equal to 1 on the tetramethylsilane scale. Now if a chlorine or bromine electronegative atom replaces one of the hydrogen, then the chlorine or bromine withdraws the electron around the proton, and there occurs a de-shielding effect, and the delta value slightly increases as delta equal to 3. Now 2 hydrogens are replaced by chlorine, so there is increase of a delta value by 2, therefore CHCl2 it is delta equal to 5. Okay. Now some cases, the benzene, ethylene, etc., the delocalized ring system in benzene or the double bond in ethylene reinforces the applied magnetic field, and they are having a higher delta value of the order of delta equal to 6 to 8. The ketonic compound has the maximum delta value delta is equal to 9. Now we consider a molecule CH3CH2Br. I told you CH3, the signal appears at delta equal to 1. CH2, the signal appears at delta equal to 3 due to the presence of one bromine atom. So, for a single compound CH3CH2Br, there are two signals, and the NMR signal obtained for the compound is like this. The CH3 signal, the delta value equal to 1. CH2 signal, because of the presence of bromine, the delta value equal to 3. Now, the delta value is opposite to the magnetic field. So, TMS, it is the highly shielded case, or the absorption takes place at maximum magnetic field. The value is put as 0. So, this is the signal for tetramethylsilane. And with respect to tetramethylsilane, the methyl group in CH3CH2Br absorb at delta equal to 1. Okay, delta equal to 1. And there are 3 protons, and depending upon the number of protons, the peak size increases. Okay, so as the number of proton increases, the peak size increases. And in CH2, there are only 2 protons. So there is a peak height corresponding to 2 protons. So one more CH is there, that's a small peak. Okay. So this is the interpretation of the NMR spectrum. The number of signal means 2 signals are here. 2 different sets of protons are present. The area under the peak means area under the peak indicates the number of protons in the set. And the delta value indicates the de-shielding. So delta value increases means de-shielding increases. Delta value decreases means shielding increases, or the absorption takes place at a maximum or higher magnetic field. The delta scale is ranging from 0 to 10 scale. Okay. So the maximum is a relative scale, and the scale maximum goes to 10. So a delta value of 9 means it is for the keto compound. It's a highly electronegative oxygen is there. Okay. So or fluorine, etc. Such compounds, the delta value increases. Okay. I think you get some idea from this compound. Then the delta value depends upon the electronegativity of the nearby atoms, the number of electronegative atoms. I told you 1 chlorine, 2 chlorine, etc. Now the distance of the protons from the electronegative atom. Now I tell you about the benzene, ethylene, etc. They have special delta value. So we will discuss some questions in our assignment. Okay, thank you.